everybody, it's Henry. I'm Mowers and Blowers. Today, I'm trying my lavalier with my $20 action camera GoPro clone. After yesterday's episode, which you saw, I assembled my Hearts Kohler Courage engine from the remainder of the parts that I got from my Franken Tractor 2 Desert Sand Lawn Tractor military Humvee project. And I need to get all this stuff out of my garage. I mean, I've got like engine parts everywhere. So instead of my taking the engine parts and storing it somewhere and just to have to lug it back out again to rebuild the engine, I figure I'd just get it out of the way by trying to assemble one engine. It looks like all this needs is push rods, I believe. And also my single overhead valve engine, I think that all it needs was a connecting rod, which I got yesterday in the mail. However, after looking at it, I need push rods for this too. So I ordered push rods for both engines yesterday, and so these two engines will have to sit here for another week. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on another project today, and it's a change of pace. Since I've been doing lawn tractors for so long, my push mower buildup in the back has gotten out of control. So I need to kind of get that out of the way. So it appears that my lavalier works just great with my $20 GoPro clone camera. And honestly, when I first tried the camera at 4K at 25 frames per second, while it was decently clear outdoors, you could see me going like that, you know? So you have to up the frames per second. So it's at 1080 at 60 frames per second. And I tried that yesterday, and it seems to work really well for 20 bucks, you know? These little mini cameras are very easy to use. The only pain in the butt is for transferring video to like your phone for editing or your computer, you know? It's kind of a pain. You gotta take the SD card out, put it in a reader, download it, and then you have to open up your software for your home computer. Ideally, I'd like to have it all go onto my phone, but this my phone is that Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which, by the way, the screen is starting to flicker so much that I don't even know if I can use it anymore. So that might be $55 wasted, which is the reason why I buy them cheap. I know there's the logic of buying cheap stuff so that if it breaks, you didn't really lose that much. But at the same time, if you buy a whole bunch of cheap stuff, you could have just bought an expensive one that didn't have any problems. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. The thing about these GoPro clone cameras, right? They record at .mov, which is the same format as iPhones, right? Whereas Androids are MP4s, which means that unless you have a specific software to convert from MOV to MP4, it takes more out of your day transferring the file format, you know, for it to work on your software. So that's a pain too. If you guys do YouTubing or video work, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But either way, making YouTube videos clear and clear in sound and clear in video is a challenge if you don't know what you're doing. And I've got a rig now that I've been experimenting with, different cameras and stuff, and honestly, the best picture quality and sound seems to be with my iPhone. So if I'm going to be using my iPhone to edit, right, using one of these GoPro cameras is kind of ideal because they're both .mov files, you know. Anyway, enough of that. I thought maybe some of you guys might be interested, and some of you guys might be, you know. I picked this up the street along with another Tecumseh one from a tip from my mailman, Quinn. Thanks, Quinn. It was a couple of blocks away from my house, and I picked them up just like this. This thing was off. Obviously, somebody's been in here before, right? What's unusual is that he knew to take this off, that's to put it to the side. He knew to put the screws back in the hole so you won't lose them. So that's a sign of somebody who's worked on stuff before, you know? This thing was off, right? So this is the recoil starter for a Briggs, and it's not seized, but it's like it needs some Earl, you know? So it's difficult to do, and also the rope probably broke. So he probably went and got a new recoil starter. And he also put the screws back in too. that's good too. But what I'm surprised at is that why is it still off? Why is it not working? You know what I mean? If this is another cover, right? I see it doesn't really pull that well, you know, so you might have to oil it or something. Could that just be it? This seems like it's in order. The auto choke. Let me show that to you a little clearer. The only negative thing I could say about these GoPro cameras is that you can't zoom. I mean, some of them do, but it's kind of a pain to zoom. It's not easily. You have to touch the screen just to zoom, you know what I mean? And then when you look at it, you're not sure if it's zoomed or it's not zoomed, so you have to try to unzoom it to see if it's zoomed at all, you know? Anyway, so look, you're looking at it, right? Flywheel moves freely. Actually, maybe too freely. You know, maybe there's no compression in it. Oh, you know what? There's no spark plug. So that's another thing. You don't know what went inside there during the time it was out there without the spark plug, you know? So I'll put a spark plug back in there, check out the compression. But if you just look at this air vane thing, right, for the auto choke, as you know, this lever is attached to the thermostat on the muffler. Once you start it, right, and by the way, when you pull it, right, it should be on choke right now. See, right now it's on choke. It's choked. So the flap is closed on the carburetor. So once you pull it, and assumingly it starts with one pull, the muffler heats up. And this lever here, slowly from the heat, like a thermostat, starts moving forward. As it moves forward, right, it opens up the choke flap. And therefore it'll run regularly. When the engine is heated up, it stays open so that you can start it again without it being choked. Really a very cool idea, and I've always liked these Briggs auto choke machines. There's hardly any Earl in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a spark plug and just put it together, alright? All the stuff that's put together, and then loosen up this Recoil starter, put some oil in it, and see if this thing fires up, and then we'll go from there. But you got to put it all back together again to find out. Probably thinking,
Hey Henry, how come you're working out in the hot sun?
and I thought to myself, huh, I don't know why I'm in the hot sun. I could be over here. It's much cooler. So look, I was checking this out, see? And if you look at the pawls, you know the pawls? You know the pawls, these things. When you pull it, it's supposed to come out. Here it's the opposite. When you pull it, it goes in. So I think the guy doesn't have the thing on the springs. Tried to figure it out, but I don't think he understood how it went. So these pawls, see, is supposed to have a spring there, which, oh wait a minute, maybe I am wrong. I'm thinking of the Tecumsehs. No, there's something that's definitely wrong with this. I am mistaken. This thing has to be on this side. That's unusual, isn't it? You pull it and it goes in. Maybe it's on the other side of this. Now it doesn't retract. I'll figure this out. Hey guys, so I figured it out. Are you ready for this? So the guy that previously was in here, he coiled it the wrong direction. He coiled it clockwise, which is the reason why when you pull the rope, it goes counterclockwise and the pawls go in. So therefore when he was pulling it, it wasn't gripping onto the cup and it wasn't starting his machine. So I'm hoping from my investigative skills that the guy was mowing with it, no problem. Then the rope broke, or this thing, the rivets came loose from the thing and it was like wobbly, whatever, right? And so he went out and got another used one, I guess, or pulled it from another machine, and it didn't have a rope. So maybe he took the rope out of the one that was loose off the rivets and tried to put the rope back in here, but he coiled it clockwise. So when he pulled it, the pawls go in instead of out. You're supposed to coil it counterclockwise, put the rope in, and then now when you pull it, the pawls come out, grip the cup, turn the machine. So I just recoiled this, not recoiled it, but I just, yeah, I put the tension on counterclockwise, which is the way it's supposed to be. Now when you pull it, the pawls come out, see, and grips onto the cup, and you'll be able to start it, hopefully. Just wonder if this is not tight enough. Now I'm going to shoot some lubricant in there too, because you gotta have lubricant, man. That's so things can just roll smoothly. Know what I mean? I'm using Toolbox Buddy from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. There's an area here where the there it is. Right there. That's where the metal coil attaches to on the reel, and then there's a little space there where you can actually shove a straw and shoot stuff in there. This ought to go everywhere. When you put some of this stuff in here, the lube, it's like WD-40, really helps it spin. Work it. Good tension. And the pawls are coming out, see? Zip! And retract. So I'm hoping that that was it, and that there's nothing wrong with this engine. And then when he got rid of it, he says, let me keep the spark plug. Why would you keep the spark plug? It's like $3, you know? Alright, well anyway, I'm going to put this back together again. The thing about this camera is I haven't figured out how to use the time lapse. So you know what? Should I just let it roll? I'm just going to let it roll, baby! This will be like an hour video. I'm just going to let it roll, fellas. Skip forward if you don't want to watch. You guys think this thing will start? Well, we're not there yet, so doesn't matter. Alright, just inspecting everything right here. Got the bail cable. Z-bend goes in here. That thing goes like that. Boom. Remember for me to add oil in it, because I don't think it has any. Or has much. Alright, here we go. The springs look correct, and this thing doesn't hook onto anything. It's just outside here. This pushes it. Okay. Years ago, when I first started working on this, I thought this thing went inside here, but it doesn't. Because it doesn't really make that much difference, but either way. the handle goes through here. Why doesn't it feel like it's sitting properly? I'm missing something here. I have a feeling this cover's a little bent. Feels a little bent. Stings on the outside. That's where it was. And then this cover has to go on top of there for the tins. Alright. Yep. Yep, that feels good. Three-eighths bolts, 4 of them, that hold the engine cover on. What did I just do with those two? What did I just do with those two? I took these two things out, and now I don't have them. Lift the dipstick a little bit just to get it onto the 5/16 screw in there. Try to have 2 impacts, one that has the bits for the 5/16, the smaller ones, and then one for the bigger bits. Makes it convenient so I don't keep swapping bits, you know. And 5/16 and 3/8 are the 2 most common used in small engines, unless you're working on a Honda or a Kohler where they use millimeters. Just gotta be different. Just gotta be different. That's it. Well, you know what, man? I mean, I think that's it. Recoil starter. Gotta add some oil. That didn't take very long. No gas. Let's see. Like I said, the carburetor seemed like it was in order. You know, the way this thing moves didn't seem like anything different. That should have been on top of that, but that's okay. And the fuel line is attached. So we just need some gas and some Earl. Let it roll, Henry. Let it roll. I got 10W30 here. I have to go and get some SAE. Yes, might as well do it right. Got some SAE 30 Plus for my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Ooh, did you see what I just did? I almost put it in the gas like a dipstick. Dipstick? Lead us see dipstick. Oh, actually, you know what? Since I put the dipstick back in, it seems like it does have oil now. You know, because the dipstick wasn't pushed in and screwed in. Once you push it in and screw it in, it goes down a little bit more. Oh, still doesn't have any oil. Can you believe that? Do not have oil. So, push mowers generally take about 20 ounces of Earl. This is 1 quart, 946 milliliters. It doesn't tell you how many ounces. I'm thinking it's a third, which I just poured more than a third in there. While it moves downwards and settles, I'm going to add some gassage. Boy, I hope it doesn't leak. Nothing worse than gas leak out of a carburetor. Gaskets, needles, a pain in the ass, you know. Alright, that's almost full of gas. How do I do with the gasket? I'm not putting the cosmetic plastic cover on yet. I want to make sure that it runs, because this will get in the way, the cover will get in the way of removing the carburetor later if I have to clean it. I'm going to check the levels now of the Earl. Ooh, nice, clean, glistening Earl. Yep, just what I thought. A little over. It's fine. So we got a nice clean oil. Got new gas in it, right? I put a spark plug in there. We fixed the recoil starter. At least I think I did. Let's roll it outside. See if this baby fires up. After all, it is an auto choke. Shouldn't have to prime or nothing. So here we go. Let's give her a try. Oh, wait a minute. Bail handle thing. Maybe I shouldn't have put that on first, huh? Good. Alright. I might have to put some kind of zip tie over here. It actually seems to work okay. Okay. What do you guys think? Think it'll work? So technically, you just pull the handle, see if it starts. How many tries? I say it starts in 10 tries. 5 tries? 10 tries. Oh, it doesn't feel like there's any compression at all. There's no compression whatsoever. None. Look. There's the blade. There is no compression whatsoever. It's a blown connecting rod. How about that, huh? You believe that? I never saw that one coming. Let's test the theory. Let's remove the spark plug really quick. Shove a screwdriver in there and see if the piston moves. There we go. I got the screwdriver in there. Not even moving. Well, push mower. Did I get another engine to put on here? Oh, that's right. I don't have another engine because I junked everything. Oh, I was hoping to get this thing started today. That's too bad. I was hoping this would work. Yeah, it has a nice bagger, you know? Hey. So this is the MTD that I actually use mowing my lawn. It really mows very well. I think this will fit. Huh. Awesome. There you go. So, you know, I'll run into another engine. I always do. And I'll put the other engine on here. Because it's a good deck and it's a good mower. It's too bad we couldn't get it started though. So the McLean, my friend 5-Speed Ash was supposed to come get it yesterday, but I was so busy that I forgot to look at my phone and it was on silent, so I couldn't hear any of the texts. And I should have given him my address so he can come and get it. Unfortunately, he can't come and get it anytime soon. So he said he can't come and get it. So I'm just gonna take a couple of pictures of it and list it as is for like 40 bucks? Yeah, 40 bucks. And whoever wants it can come get it. Fast, quick, as is sale. Now that I am unsuccessful in getting that mower running, I thought it was gonna go. But who would have predicted a busted connecting rod, right? So I'm not going to put any time into fixing that. You know what I'm saying? It's a push mower. I run into engines on push mowers all the time, you know, that have bad decks. So if it has a good motor on it, I'll take that motor off, put it on there, and that's good to go, you know. And also that engine has great parts, like the gas tank, recoil starter, cover, cap, carburetor, all that other jazz. So guess what? I have to go work on my other sprinkler head today. Darn it. So that's it. I think I finally did it. I'm not going to get these big puddles anymore because I changed the tips on the heads. I didn't even know you could change the tips on the heads. It shoots in different directions, different patterns when you change the tip. Who knew? Anyway, so I think I fixed my sprinklers, which is a load off, you know. I have to get my son's car inspected as well as my van. I haven't had time to go bring it during coronavirus for an inspection. Anyway, today we tried to get that found free curb alert lawnmower going. It's a decent mower, you know. While I thought I had it all figured out, we fixed the recoil starter and put everything back together again. I thought it would start, but a rare broken connecting rod. I haven't had too many push mowers with broken connecting rods. It's rare, at least to me. But I'll run into another engine someday on a bad deck, put that engine on, and that'd be good to go. But at least we got that out of the way. Anyway, thanks for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Because the UPS guy screwed this up, I'm going to see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.